Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy. Senator, thanks for joining us. You introduced a bill to prevent Joe Biden from shutting down offshore energy development. Is this going to help make energy more affordable for Americans?
Absolutely. It won't be tomorrow, but it will be in the intermediate and long term. The Gulf of Mexico produces right now about 15% of the crude oil that we use in the United States. And it bugs the heck out of me when Biden says he's doing this for environmental reasons. The oil produced out of the Gulf of Mexico has the lowest carbon footprint of any oil consumed in the United States of America. By the way, did I tell you? It employs 175,000 Americans because of offshore oil production. So Biden is at war with the environment, at war with the American worker, and driving up prices long term for those at the pump. It is a war on the United States of America. It helps OPEC. What else can I say? It's awful policy.
Yeah, and how maddening is it that we go cap in hand to the Saudis to say, look, could you please increase production when we're sitting on that very resource right here in the United States?
And what Biden, of course, is going to say that, oh, don't worry, we're going to go renewable. Well, you're never going to make plastic out of renewable. But what he's doing is making us dependent upon China, because that's where most of the critical minerals that we depend upon are processed. And he's turning his back on domestic American production, which creates jobs, creates wealth. Actually, one other thing I should point out. Drilling in the Gulf of Mexico contributed $22 billion to the Treasury, to our government, in the last 5 years. It's like he's trying to kill the goose that laid the golden egg, kill it, dismember it, fry it, you name it. I don't understand why. It's just terrible policy.
It is, and at the same time, the SPR, Strategic Petroleum Reserve, is now at half of where it should be, which is not good.
Yes, what he's been doing is using the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. He's been pumping out of that, which is effectively opening up more oil, except that is a finite resource as opposed to that which in the Gulf of Mexico where we can find more and more and more. And so he's trying to hold down prices by cannibalizing the reserves that are supposed to be there if we ever have another oil shock. It is a policy which is schizophrenic. The American people are literally paying the price.
Very quickly, while we have you, Senator, what are your thoughts about Kevin McCarthy's being ousted from the Speaker position? I mean, this cannot be good for the Republican Party.
It creates the perception of chaos. If there's one thing that Americans are sick of, they're sick of chaos at the southern border, sick of chaos in their gasoline prices, sick of chaos in politics. And they say for the last 6 or 7 years, there's been chaos. I think we need to actually govern in a conservative way and not contribute to chaos.
I think that says it all. We'll leave it right there. Senator Cassidy, thank you so much.